I'm making all kinds of different apple butters today, including apple cider butter. This one's kind of fun because it has the addition of the apple cider to it. Imagine that, right? Now, the reason I'm doing this is I actually made apple juice today. And when I make apple juice, I end up with all kinds of pulp that's in the top of my juicer that I don't want to throw out. So this is one of my uses for it. And I start with 9 cups of pulp. You can either get it out of the juicer, or you can take approximately 6 pounds and put it in a pan with a little bit of water and just get it nice and soft until you have your 9 cups worth of pulp. My first step for this is actually to get it nice and smooth. So I'll put half of my apple cider in here. So that's gonna be 1 cup, approximately. And then half of my apples in here. And then I'll blend that up until it's nice and smooth, add it to my pan, and then repeat the process. So 9 cups total of apples, 2 cups of apple cider, the rest of my apple cider, and the rest of my apples. Then I'll add in 3 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of ground cloves. Then I'll place it on the stove and simmer until it's thick. So now it's nice and thick and messy. Everything is sticky because it's been bubbling all over, but that is just how thick I want it. That part is kind of a personal preference. So now I'll fill my pint-sized jars up to 1/4 of an inch of headspace. That's the space from the top of your food to the top of your jar. One of the things that I like eating apple butter in is actually oatmeal. It's kind of interesting, but I put all kinds of stuff in my oatmeal. Conserves are really good because they have nuts in them. The butters are really good because they're nice and smooth, and then you can add whatever kind of nut you want. It's just kind of nice. Oatmeal's like this blank slate, and you can put whatever flavors you want in it. Fortunately, I have jars and jars of flavorful items in my pantry. I always use my silicone spatula because I feel like I'm able to get far more off the edges of my pan when I do. And then I'll use a clean, damp cloth to clean off the rims of my jars. And that just makes it so that there can be a nice, good seal. And I place my lids and rings on fingertip tight. I then place them in my boiling water bath and process them for 15 minutes if I'm at sea level. Since I'm at 1,200 feet, I'll go for 20. Now that it's at a full boil, I'll go ahead and set the timer. Now that the timer's gone off, I'll go ahead and remove the lid, turn off the heat, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I'll then remove the jars from the canner, spacing them about 1 to 2 inches apart on a heat-resistant surface. This is just so that they can cool a little bit faster. I'll then leave them undisturbed for about 24 hours, which gives them a chance to get a good seal. After that, I'll remove the ring, use hot soapy water to clean off the outside, and store them in a cool, dry, dark location and use them in the next 1 to 3 years.